Hi there, welcome back to Introducing Algebra. This is part 3, where we're going to look at solving a few other problems. Here's the first one. A farmer has to make a closed yard to contain his sheep. He wants it to be rather long and narrow, so he decides to make it a rectangle which has length which is 3 times its width. He only has 80 metres of wire mesh. How long and wide should he make it? Now, I'm going to draw a diagram for you, roughly what it might look like. That might help you with your problem solving. I want you now to pause the presentation and see what you can do in solving this problem. Here we are back again, and if we use algebra, we might say, well, let the width be x metres, and the length is 3 times this, so that is 3x metres. And if it's a rectangle, then this other side here will be 3x, and this other side here will be x. And what we have then is a total distance around the outside, and that's usually called the perimeter of all of these added up. So let's go and add them all up. So that would be the total metres, adding up all the sides. And x means the same number in all those positions. So let's count up how many we have. We've got 1x plus 3x, well that'd be 4x, plus another 1x, plus another 3x. So altogether there we have 8 lots of the length x. So to solve the problem, we're going to say, well, 8 lots of the length x will come to 80 metres, the amount of wire mesh he has. So 8 lots of x is 80, that's 8 times x. To find out what x is, if we do the opposite and we divide by 8, x will be 10 metres. So what's the answer to the question? So the length will be 3x metres, which is 3 lots of 10. So it will be 30 metres long. And the width, we said, was just x, so the width is 10 metres. And we've solved a nice little problem there. Right, so I'd like you to look at what you did and see if you think perhaps a little bit of algebra with x's and mathematical sentences might have helped your solution. Let's look at another problem. Well, here's one here. The person has some money and his parents give him $10 more. He decides to split it up evenly with his 2 friends so that all 3 of them get the same amount. If they each get $8, how much did he start with? Interesting question. I want you to pause the presentation now and see what you can do with that. You might like to try to use algebra to solve that. Let's look at the solution now. Let him start with x dollars. Now, his parents give him $10 more, so he's got, at that stage, x plus $10. And he decides to split it up evenly with his 2 friends, so all 3 of them have got the same amount. So he's going to split it up or divide it into 3 equal parts. And the answer to that, the 3 equal parts, all come to $8. So again we have a mathematical sentence or equation. To find that missing number x now, let's go backwards and reverse the steps. Before we divided by 3, what was the number? Well, let's reverse it. Let's times by 3. So that x plus 10 would have been 24 before he split it between the 3 of them. Now if we reverse the money that the parents gave him, take off the $10, we find that his original amount of money was 24 take 10. So he actually started with $14. Therefore, he had $14 at the beginning. How did that compare with what you were doing? Can you see that perhaps a little bit of algebra can be very helpful in solving these puzzles? Let's have a look at a final one now. Here's one down here. Come down here. 4 students are counting up their Facebook friends. Jason has the least number, Chris has twice as many as Jason, and Dylan has 3 times as many as Jason. And James has the same number as Jason. If altogether they have a total of 700, how many does each have? Okay, I want you to pause the presentation now and see what you can make of that. You might like to try and use algebra again. All right, let's look at the solution now. Let Jason have what? N friends? You might use X or N for the number of friends. Chris has 2X. No, we went to N, so he has 2N. Dylan has 3 times as many as Jason. So he's got 3N. And James has the same number as Jason, so he has N. So if N is the same number everywhere that we've used it, what is the total number of friends they all have together? It is N plus 2N plus 3N plus N. So how many N's have we got there? Count them up. 1 and 2, 3, another 3 is 6, another one is 7. Lots of N. Therefore, the mathematical sentence is 7N must come to the total, which we said was 700 friends. To find what N would be, it's been times by 7, so let's divide by 7, and N would be 700 divided by 7, which is 100 friends. I hope you can see some exciting possibilities in solving problems and puzzles with algebra. So I'd like you to come back for the next instalment, which is part 4, as we look at building more ability in this area of algebra.